Hey everybody, Bill in Virginia. Welcome back. So on this episode, I'm not going to be doing anything with construction on either the N scale or the HO scale, nor am I going to be starting construction on the O scale OM30 layout. But I am going to be having some fun running some trains and playing with a new toy that I bought. Just recently, Roy Smith on his channel was demonstrating a new toy that he got, and I was quite intrigued by it. So I bought one myself to have a little fun with. A DJI OM4, a gimbal that you can mount your cell phone on that stabilizes the picture, and it has some other cool functions in it that I found as I was playing with the interface off the app that runs it. So this video is going to be showing my railroads in action using the gimbal for 100% of the shots. There's some pretty interesting things that it can do, and there's also some limitations. So I'm going to be giving you pretty much straight footage from HO scale switching, and then some N scale running, just to show how this operates. It's not a product review or anything, but at the end of the video, I'll come back on and kind of highlight a few of the really cool things that I found and some things that I saw that were opportunities. There's a few, and it's more because of the scale of what we work in. And I'll talk more about that after a while. But anyway, enjoy watching some trains run, and then I'll be back on to close out the video. So all in all, I like the gimbal. For the HO scale, I use the gimbal on the tripod that you see here for all of the shots except one. One shot I used the gimbal on its little tripod, and I found it was pretty good. You did notice on the HO scale, and to a limited extent on the N scale, that if I'm focusing on an object and it's close and it's moving, the picture would do this. As the camera focuses in. So I found that if I'm real close to the edge of the table, and so is the camera, I tend to get that step kind of movement of the camera on the gimbal. If the object is a little bit farther away and it's slowly moving, I'll still get little incremental steps, but it's not near as noticeable. So that was something that I found was pretty cool. And then as you've seen, I could target different objects. So if this little 060 could move, I could go in through the app and I could do like a little white box on the boiler of this locomotive. And as long as the camera could see it, it would keep it reasonably centered in the frame until it goes behind another object. And then as soon as it goes behind an object and it loses the tracking on what the little white box was, the camera stops. And you saw that happen over here behind that tree a few times. On the N scale, when the locomotive went behind the elevator and silos there. So that's kind of an interesting little thing. But the tracking works really well, and I really like that. On the N scale, I was doing mostly handheld and really moving the camera around quite a bit just to see how jerky and temperamental that gimbal was. It worked pretty good. Obviously, if I'm going too much, it would go a little bit crazy. So there's some pieces I edited out that just have the camera all of a sudden losing tracking completely and going up to the ceiling. But that was, because I was really pushing it. The last few video segments, I used tracking on the locomotives, and you can see that where the gimbal was able to follow the trains nicely on the N scale layout. For those few segments, again, I had it on a tripod and just let it do its thing as it was tracking the locomotive through the scene. So all in all, I'm happy. I think this is a pretty good buy, and I'm pleased with it.